Attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, Ron here at AbleTrend. Welcome to the webinar. We'll take a look at some different charts and different markets and all the live real-time signals from today and anything that's going on right now, although the market's usually a little quiet at this time. But we'll take a look. And it was an exceptionally good day for crude oil, and the past 6 months, I've got to say, has been exceptionally profitable trading the mini NASDAQ. It's just been day after day, week after week. It's, month after month. It's really been that good. The mini NASDAQ, the mini S&P, which is normally good, that we knew, normally we like that so much, but it's just been so quiet and so flat. But the mini NASDAQ has just been outstanding day trading every day. I'll certainly be losing trades. I'll guarantee you that for sure. There's no perfect system, nor is AbleTrend, and I would never mislead anybody or paint any unrealistic expectations. But somebody who's a serious trader trading every day with crude oil and especially the mini NASDAQ has really been excellent for day trading. The currencies, I always tend to like the British pound or anything with the pound yen, and the gold has actually been good, which is hasn't been too crazy or erratic like it normally is. So that one's been good, and even bonds. So there's been some decent intraday movement. Longer term, obviously, stocks and indices have been excellent, especially indices, because it's just been pretty much mostly an uptrend that's just been going on for quite a while. But let's jump in and take a look. This is a crude oil chart, today's exact crude oil chart, and it's a live chart, and it was as good as it gets, really. This is what we look for, and that's what I'm here to show you, what we look for with the AbleTrend signals. Here was a sell signal that came in. It's about 7:30 or a little after, about 7:30 Eastern time. You've got, let me zoom in a little closer. You've got a red bar, red dot, which in a 3-minute chart. This is a 3-minute, 9-minute guidance chart. This is what makes AbleTrend so special. It's the combination of 2 time frames combined into one chart, and that's what gives us such a big advantage and why it's so well liked and why it works so well, and we get these kind of results. The key to AbleTrend are the dots, the small dots. That's where your eyes should go first on the chart. The red dots means you're in a downtrend, and the red dots block or stop the prices from going any further than those red dots, like here 3 times, like here 3 times, and all day, every day for every chart. The blue dots are the 9-minute, the bigger blue dots here are the 9-minute hidden support points. It's hidden because our software can pick it up. This is exclusive to our algorithm, so exclusive just to AbleTrend. And it tells you where the hidden support in the market is, kind of like a roadblock that blocks the price from going lower. So the small red dots are the 3-minute, the bigger red dots are the 9-minute hidden resistance points that I simply put on top of the chart. That's it. So the bigger dots are the 9-minute hidden support, the blue dots, hidden resistance, the bigger red dots, and then the rest of the chart is just a plain 3-minute chart with our AbleTrend signals on it, of course, and our AbleTrend algorithm. So it's 2 algorithms and 2 different time frames all combined into one chart, and this is what makes it work so well. So we had a sell signal here, but the 9 minutes say, no, don't do it. There's an invisible wall of support there. No trade. Anytime you've got any red or blue dots together, like right here, that's a no trade zone. We never, very simple rules. We never go short if there's blue dots below. We never go long and buy if there's red dots above, like right over here. We never go long because there's red dots above. That's it. It's that simple. Now, of course, there are some additional points that make it even better, but that's, if you can understand that, that's 3/4 of it right there. So we don't go short until right in here. Here's a perfect place to go short. You've got a small red bar, and the smaller bars are always more advantageous to get in on a smaller bar than a longer bar. Here's a longer bar and it pull back. So you got a short red bar, you've got a red dot. Now the big red dot, the 9-minute dot, didn't show up till after the fact, but that's okay. We don't have to have triple confirmation. It's nice if we do, but we don't have to. We have double confirmation right here. No more blue dots. Just kept, see these blue dots, it's a 3-to-1 ratio. It's a 3-minute and a 9-minute. So the blue dots don't come in but every 3 bars. So I was waiting 4 bars. 1, 2, 3. No more blue dot. Now there's a clear path for the price to go lower. Well, that makes sense. That's simple enough. So right here is your exact buy point around 8:30 Eastern. Home run from there. I mean, this is a, a trade you just dream about. I mean, this is really big money. This is like crazy money. Just trading one contract. Every time it got, a little choppy in here and a little sideways and went down and up and down and up and then kind of popped around. Over here it pops up. Oh no, what should I do? Well, if you have AbleTrend, more than likely you're going to get out here because you don't know that these red dots are here blocking the price from going lower. And the number one rule is if you have the red dots above the price, stay in the trade. You're safe. You've got protection. You've got defense. As I've been saying, the red dots block the prices from going higher. So that's a good thing. When we're short, we want protection there. We want something to stop it from going higher. If it goes higher, we lose. So we don't want that. Obviously, we want it to go lower. And the red dots are telling us, stay short. You're safe. Don't get out of it. A lot of people, most people when they're trading, they get out too soon. And then they miss the big trend. Well, that's what you got AbleTrend for. It's going to help to keep you in the trades. So there's a perfect sweet spot. In case, let me do that again. Perfect sweet spot in case you weren't up that early, you didn't notice the trade, whatever. Here's another place you could have gotten in. Why? Because the price is really close to the red dot. The closer the price is to the red dot, the lower the risk. There's where our stop loss goes, at the next higher level of red dots. You got a level here, about 10 in a row. You got one step higher. We started the stop loss here, and we kept moving it lower and lower, and eventually, eventually we don't get out until about $1,500 later, which I'll show you in a minute. I mean, it was that big of a trade, just trading one contract. But if you missed the beginning of that, or you tuned in late, a little after 10 o'clock here, you had a chance to get in again. Triple confirmation, and this is what we call a sweet spot. You want to look for this on your charts. When you see a setup like this, that's what you're looking for. That's a really low risk trade with a fantastic risk reward ratio in our favor. The bar, I love when the bars pull back, they go higher. So they pull back, so now we can get in at a much better, we can short it at a much better price. And they go from green, which means sideways, back to red again. That means the downtrend is going to start to resume again. Plus, we've got triple confirmation, red bar, red 3-minute dot right there, red 9-minute dot, triple confirmation sweet spot. It just doesn't get any lower risk than that. You want to jump on that. Now, it's the same colors and dots, and it's the same rules, and it's the same accuracy no matter what you trade. A lot of people say, well, what does this work best on? Everything. It doesn't work best on one thing than another. It works exactly the same on everything. This could be a corn chart or a bond chart or British pound. It doesn't matter. It's the exact same charts. Whether you're day trading or doing end of day, maybe you're doing stocks or indices, when you see this on your chart, because it's the same rules, jump on it. That's very low risk. How did it do? Well, as you can see, it just continued to go lower. And look, every time it popped up, amazingly, the price would stop at the dots. It's like, how does AbleTrend know that? We started those dots an hour before it even happened, right here. It's like, wow, there really was a roadblock there. There really was some kind of invisible resistance because every time the price went to those dots, they very clearly stopped exactly at the dot. As if you were just walking into a wall, just come to an abrupt stop. It's just very valuable information to have, and this is the reason why it works so well. You continue to stay in. I mean, this was unusual trend. I mean, let's be honest. This is very unusual. It's not going to normally happen. But look over here. I mean, around 130, 140. I mean, it just took it went even lower. Well, I had a couple of people call me and said they just cashed in some crazy money on this trade. Finally, we're out over here at 47.60. But the AbleTrend said to short it at 49 and change. Let's call it 49. Whew. That's 1,400 and change. 14 and change. Let's just say $1,400 per contract. got some clients that tell me they're trading 40 and 50 contracts at a time. I mean, I can't even imagine the kind of money there. Now, it does eventually shoot up here after hours, but we're not in this, it's out, after hours. And then this is a no trade zone right there, because we never go long when there's red dots above. We never go short when there's blue dots below. Anything else is fair game. When everything is red, like right here, we're gonna short it. When everything is blue, like earlier at 3 o'clock in the morning or so, we're gonna buy it. Yeah, most people aren't up at that time, but there's your sweet spot at about 3:30 in the morning Eastern time. Any one of these blue bars is a sweet spot because you're close to the blue dots underneath. You got the 3-minute, the 9-minute, both time frames agree. No red dots above. I mean, that's just a perfect sweet spot. As it turns out, it went up. Now, a lot of clients take profit when the prices go outside the bands. That's why they're here, because it tells us when we're very overbought. And again, it's the same colors, it's the same dots, and it's the exact same rules. I want you to see what to look for when you have the software so that you know what to look for, so you know when to buy and exactly when to sell. The software works exactly the same for all markets and for all time frames. So when you see these charts, and I'm trying to be as helpful as I can, you could tell what I do, why I do this twice a week for the past 13 years, is so that I can point out to you the exact places where we buy, where we sell, and where we put a stop loss, and what you should be looking for so that you can have the odds in your favor for a very low risk trade. And these are sweet spots right in here, because you have triple confirmation, you're close to the blue dots, up and away it goes. And if you trade multiple contracts, or even just trade one, and you're the type that gets in and out quickly, fine. You can't always hit a home run, and you can't always get every trade perfect either. It's not possible. You're not going to get every trade perfect. No matter what the charts say, it's just not possible. Everybody can't, get it exactly right every single time. Not going to happen. So, as long as you catch the bulk of these moves and the bulk of these trends, I'm sure you'll be, more than happy with that. And anybody new to the software, compare it to what you were using before you got AbleTrend, and very quickly, usually within the first week or two, everybody tells me, wow, I can see the difference. But that's up to you. I mean, the software just sells itself. I'm just here to show you how to use it, so that you get your money's worth out of it, and know the proper way to take advantage of it. So good stuff here. I mean, unbelievable here on the crude oil as it's been the past couple of months. Really, the whole year on crude oil and the mini NASDAQ has just been outstanding. Here's yesterday's NASDAQ, and then we'll go into today. Yesterday was another one of those just dream days. Earlier, before the markets even opened, we had a bunch of sweet spots right in here. Blue bars right near the blue dot, triple confirmation, no red dot above. You just can't get a better risk-reward ratio than that. It was just fantastic, and up and away it went. However, most people, myself included, wouldn't trade it before market hours. So if that's the case, at 9:30 New York Open, which is 6:30 Pacific, the prices are up at the upper bands. No trade. We never buy when the blue bar is up at the blue line. The same way we'd never go short if the red bar was down at the red line. So the blue bars are all at the upper band. We're not going to touch it because, as I keep repeating, as I do every week, the further above the blue dot you are, the greater the risk. Your stop loss goes under the blue dot. We don't want to get in over here, and our stop loss is way down there. It's too much risk. I agree. We're all about low risk trades only. Only low risk trades. We have no interest in anything but a low risk trade. If we're not sure, we move on to something else. If it's a no trade zone, we move on to something else. There's plenty of markets to trade. We only trade that the signal is really low risk. You can't lose a lot of money that way. You'll definitely get some losing trades for sure. But the losses are going to be small. You could have multiple losses in a row. One winner can possibly easily wipe that out. Here's your sweet spot today, right, or a little after 10 o'clock Eastern. I love, as I said before, I'll repeat, I love when the prices pull back. You get the green bar stops, goes all the way back to support. So now we can get in at a lower price, at a better price, and it goes back to blue again. That means the uptrend is going to start to resume shortly after. So now we can get in at a great point. And if we're wrong, and I repeat for the fourth time now, there will be losing trades, our stop loss is right there. Second lower blue dot below the price. We only got about 4 points here at risk. Actually, it's about 5. You're talking, 5 times 20, it's $100 stop loss. In the trading world, that's a low risk trade, very low risk. So nobody's going to get blowout accounts and get, crazy losses as long as you must put your stop loss every time you make a trade. That's mandatory. But from here till we got stopped out right down here, and you're looking at a pile of money right here. That's 20 points. It's a nice little trade right there. 20 times 20, it's a $400 move. And if you didn't pick that up, or if you did get, after you made a little bit of money there, if you took that AbleTrend signal, there's your classic sweet spot that I keep talking about every week, year after year. Blue bars right on top of the blue dot. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that, regardless of what happened, because it's not always going to be a winner, but more often than not, it's going to be a winner. And even if it isn't, because we always want to know, well, what's the worst case scenario if it doesn't happen? Our stop loss is right there. These dots are slightly lower than these. How much do we have at risk? 1 point. Let's even call it 2. It's only 1. Let's just exaggerate and make it worse. Call it 2. That's a $40 stop per contract. I mean, it just doesn't come any better than that. It doesn't come lower risk. It's just not possible. And how did it do from there? Another home run. After a 20-point winner, we're stopped out right there. Because there's the second lower blue dot. So we're out at 33, in at 20. That's another 13 points. I'm looking at 33 points yesterday, 2 trades. Very clear cut, no guesswork, real simple, just following the signals. Don't make it difficult. Don't put more indicators. Don't put more time frames. Block out the noise. Just have tunnel vision and keep it on the chart. And just follow these couple simple moves that I went over. That's all you got to do. People say, oh, it's too simple. It's not going to work. We're here 20 years. We didn't have a lucky month or a lucky year or a lucky week. It's going on for 20 years now. So let's fast forward to today. Today didn't have many big moves today. That's another thing. We're all at the mercy of the market. The market doesn't move much. Nobody's going to win, us included. Well, how can we? How can anybody? If it doesn't go up or down and it just stays in a really narrow trading range, well, obviously, nobody's going to win much money that day, if anything at all. But the good part about the guidance chart, it's going to keep us out of choppy markets. Most choppy markets, not all, most choppy markets. It's not perfect. I keep repeating that because I don't want to mislead anyone. Wouldn't want that done to me. First trade of the day here when the market opens, no trade, obviously. All the red bars are all at the red line, but like I explained before, we can't start our trade there. So what do we do then? We wait for the sweet spot. A sweet spot, once again, is a pullback back up to the red dot. The bar goes from green back to red. There's the sweet spot. How do we do on that trade? We lost 2 points because we had to get out here, blue bar, blue dot. Well, I point out the losers too. It's not all perfect. Just so happens lately it's been pretty close to perfect. But for sure, for the 5th time now, you will have losing trades. I don't want to mislead anyone. Here's your sweet spot, and here's your next trade going along. Obviously, we're not touching it here. All red bars and red dots. Now over here, I don't like the distance there. We use the 6-point rule. If it's more than 6 points above the blue dots on the mini NASDAQ, 3-minute, 9-minute chart, don't take it. Not going to take it. It's got to be low risk only. There's your sweet spot. Green bars, back to blue, close to the blue dot. You're only 2 points away. Triple confirmation. No red dot above. Everything is just lined up like I've been talking about for the last 20 minutes. That's just what we're looking for. Picked up the 2 points we lost because we're out over here. Picked up the 2 points we lost before. No trade here, of course not, because you have red dots and blue dots at the same time. That's a no trade zone, and that's pretty much the end of the day. It basically was a flat day, broke even. Maybe you lost a point, maybe you made a point, virtually a break-even type day. That's okay. That happens. Now, after hours, this is interesting. After hours here, just let me zoom in a little closer. Apple came out with earnings the market didn't like, and that's why you got this big spike down. Actually, you very rarely see any movement after the 4 o'clock Eastern time, which is 1 o'clock Pacific close. But Apple came out with earnings that they didn't like, the market, obviously, and it actually, NASDAQ dropped about 15, 18 points here, close to 20. So that's why you have this big down move here, and everything is red. Software said it was going to go down, and that's what's happening. But nobody's going to trade at this time of the day. It's just kind of ridiculous. It's just there's no volume. Hey, let's take a look at one more. This is a stock chart, because not everybody trades intraday. Makes sense. Hey, your job comes first, that's for sure. So let's look at more longer term, where you don't have to only have to look at the chart once per day. This is a daily, weekly combination, and this is a stock chart. We looked at futures, intraday, and now we're going to look at end of day. Oh, we can also take a look at currencies real quick. Although they were kind of flat today, there's not much to look at, but the software works just as well for currencies too. It doesn't care if it's currencies, commodities, grains, oil, energy, nat gas, stocks, indices. It couldn't care less what you trade or even what time frames. Some do day trading, some do swing, some do position. Doesn't matter. The software just wants to see price changes. So all it needs to see is the price. It could be the price of corn or the price of the NASDAQ or the price of Google. It's exactly the same. So we had a sell signal back here where everything was in agreement. It just kind of went sideways and we broke about even on that trade. Buy signal comes in here, but obviously no trade because of the red dots above. Now we get the blue dots below. Finally, the red dots go away and the big blue dots come. Oh, this is good here. Where are we going to get in? Well, we can get in right there. Blue bar, blue dot, blue daily dot, blue weekly dot. And if you missed that there, well, you had another chance right here. Blue bar, triple confirmation, 3 or 4 days. This is 1 bar per day. So this is about a week ago. AbleTrend recommended getting in at MLN at 222. Well, today it popped up 20 points. So that one worked out really well. Got in at 222. You're at almost 239 and change today. That's the same colors, same dots, same rules. Everything is the same. This one was in the news today, AMD. By the way, all I did was just type in AMD, and this box popped up while I was typing. And I click all charts. Instantly, it changes to AMD. So that's how it worked over here. Well, I want to show you here because I purposely like to point this out. There's no perfect system. That's a losing trade. So red, blue bar, blue dots, everything was blue. It went down. We lost $1 on that trade. However, we could get short right here. Here's your sweet spot that I keep talking about. You always want to get into that price. You always want to get into your trade. Start your trade when the price is close to the little blue or red dot. Blue dot when we go long, red dot when we go short. It's triple confirmation sweet spot. Red bar, red daily dot, red weekly dot, triple confirmation right there. 2 days ago, AbleTrend said, sell AMD. Didn't like the price action. $13.40 was the price. $10.32 today. It's now $3. That's 30% in one day. That's a big 25%. That's a big loss right there. So especially if you're an option trader and buy a put over here, if you just buy shares, it's cheap enough. It's only a $13 stock. I just picked up $3 in 2 days. That's like 25% in 2 days. If you're trading options, you bought yourself a put. That's even more than that. So it doesn't, again, daily, weekly charts, long-term, short-term, whatever you like to trade, it's up to you. We're here to help you too. Get great support, tech support here. I'm here every day, Monday to Friday. I'll be glad to do a one-on-one trading session with you live. We can look at some charts together, and I can explain it, to whatever you like to trade. So get good results, certainly helpful. And we have the 1-month trial, of course, at $99. So happy to do so if you've never had that. Everybody gets one 30-day trial, and we're always here to help. So this is what it looks like. Oh, let me just take a quick look at currencies, because some people do like to trade that, especially in other countries. You can see here it was just basically flat. No trade zone here, because you have red and blue together. We're not going to buy it here. You're up at the upper band. We're not going to start a trade there. Technically, we can start the trade here, which would have been a very small loss, maybe 5 pips we lost there. And then we can actually buy it here or here. Everything is in alignment. No red dot above. And now it just popped up about 10 pips. So again, maybe we're up, just up a few points here. So British pound was kind of flat. All the currencies were kind of flat today. There wasn't much going on. But that's okay. That's what the software is here for, is to guide us along, regardless of how the markets go that day. So thanks for being here, everyone. Hope that you found this helpful. We're always here to help. Again, you've got the 1-month trial. You can download it right now and be up and running in just a few minutes. Have a great night, everyone.